Hello everyone, welcome back. So before getting started with the services, we need to understand what is the meaning of regions and the zones is. So imagine that your application is deployed in some data center in London. And so now let's see, like, once you have deployed some applications in some region, okay, what could be some challenges? The first challenge is it's slow access for the user from other parts of the world. Okay, so because your application is deployed in the London data center, and if you are from India or any part of the region, right? So in case if you're trying to access that particular application, so of course there could be a slow access because of the high latency. So the second challenge is, what if the data center crashes? Okay, of course you're not able to access the application. So even though you are in the same location, but if your data center crashes, you're not able to access it. So here we have two main challenges. One is the high latency. Is if you are from far away trying to access the application, you're not able to access it because of the high latency. And the second part is, what if the data center crashes, right? So that is the meaning of low availability. So we can just solve that one of the challenge by adding a one more data center in the London. Okay, so now we have the London region, so we have a data center 1 and we have a data center 2. So whenever we are referring to data center, it's like a physical location where we have all the setup, right? So this is what the meaning of data center is. So now we have the application that is being deployed in two data centers. We have the in the data center 1 and the data center 2. So now the challenge one is like, still we have the slow access for the users from the other parts of the world, because this is in the London regions. But if you're trying to access that from the Mumbai or from any Indian location, not able to access because of the high latency. Okay, this challenge still we are facing it. So challenge two is resolved. That is like, if one of the data center crashes, so I can just access that particular application from the second data center, right? So this is solved, right? So your application is still available from the other data center. So next we have the third challenge. Okay, so what if the entire region of the London is unavailable? Okay, so now here again your application goes down, right? So now we have a concept of multiple regions. Okay, so we have the London region, we have the Mumbai region. Okay, so in each region we have the different data centers. Okay, we have a data center 1 and 2 in the London region, and we have a data center 1 and 2 again in the Mumbai region. So now the challenge one is partially stalled, right? So if you're trying to access the application from the Mumbai region, that is from the India, so now partially that challenge has been resolved, because you can able to access that particular application. But still this problem exists if you're trying to access the same application from any other part of the world, right? It completely depends on the latency part. So now challenge 2 is completely resolved. What if the one data center crashes? Of course there is other data centers from where I can just access the application. And even though the entire London region gets it's unavailable, then also I'm able to access that from the Mumbai. Okay, so this is how we have resolved the issues. So now in the next video, let's try to understand what actually the regions is and what is the zones in the GCP. Hello everyone, welcome back. So now let's try to understand what is the meaning of regions. So regions is just a physical location where the entire physical infrastructure has been set up. Okay, so this is what the meaning of regions is. Okay, so whenever you're trying to access any of the resources from the GCP, you need to select the in which region you want to create those resources. So in GCP there are almost 20 plus. This is a small number. Now they have upgraded. Okay, so there are n number of regions from where you can just create all your resources, and so even they keep on expanding it. Okay, and so region is just a specific geographical location to host your resources. For example, they have the Mumbai region, and here we have a data center from where I can just create a resources. In case if I want to create a resource in the Sydney, yes, I can do that. Okay, even though I'm in India, I can create or deploy any applications in the Sydney as well. Okay, so here because of this region, so I can have the high availability, right, and the low latency, global footprint, and even I can adhere to the government regulation. This is very important, because if you are trying to deploy some of the application which is outside of the India, okay, specifically, okay, so of course you need to adhere the government regulations that is being set in their country. Okay, this is what the meaning of regions is. So what is the zones here? Okay, so each and every region has a multiple zones. Even we can call this as a availability zones. So to achieve the high availability in the same region, so we can have these zones. Okay, so we have a zone 1, zone 2 and zone 3 in the region. Okay, and what is the advantage of having these zones? It increases the availability and the fault tolerance within the same region. For example, we have a data center, okay, in Mumbai region we have three different zones. If one of the zones is not available, so I can just access the same application from the other two zones, right? So it provides a high availability. And so this is what, so each zone has one or more distinct clusters. So when I say clusters, a physical infrastructure, right? And zone in the region are just connected through a low latency links. Okay, so all these nodes even are connected with the low latency links. So yes, so this is all about the regions and the zones. Now in the next video, let's start exploring the different services in the GCP.